Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. You lucky fellow DCEU fans. 2 DCEU shows in 1 week, but it had to be done because there's 2 issues we need to discuss. Right, first of all, Pride of Gypsies, aka my mate, Jason Momoa, and the guy every woman wants to have sex with, has posted on Instagram about Zack Snyder's t-shirt, suicide prevention t-shirt, right? Let me read you what beautiful words this man's had to say. I am Aquaman because of Zack Snyder. He is a legend in my eyes. He made a Justice League t-shirt, all the gods to support suicide awareness and prevention. Honoured to do my part to support my Ohana. I love you, Zach and Debbie. Link in bio. Aloha. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely brilliant. Actually, let's read this again because it's so awesome and I didn't read it out properly. I am Aquaman because of Zack Snyder. He is a legend in my eyes. He made a Justice League t-shirt, all the gods to support suicide awareness and prevention. Honoured to do my part to support my Ohana. Love you, Zach and Debbie. Link in bio. Just brilliant. Just beautiful. Absolutely. Follow the link. Support it. I've already supported it. I'm going to talk about it on my channel as much as possible. Suicide prevention is very important and very personal to Zach because his daughter committed suicide. How did this guy go on? You know, for this guy to still be talking to us fans on Vero, when he must, you don't get over something like that. So you know what, Jason? You're absolutely right. Zack Snyder is a legend. Now, Jason Momoa has been part of a $1 billion movie in Aquaman. How long can Warner Brothers ignore him, ignore the other cast members, ignore us? Zack Snyder must have some involvement in the future of the DCEU. He is a legend. He started this thing. Surely there's a way he can work within this franchise, within this IP. Give him a movie franchise from the DCEU. We need this. He deserves this. This is absolutely fantastic. And as I say, this is a beautiful post. Wasn't expecting this today. Wasn't expecting to do a DCEU show. But I think just this post deserves this. So beautiful words from Jason Momoa. Absolutely fantastic. Buzzing that he's our Aquaman. For him to come out, for any actor to come out and say, I'm Aquaman because of this guy. He's so grateful. They loved working with him on Justice League as well. So definitely with the weight of Momoa behind him, he'll be back within the DCEU. Surely this gives weight for Warner Brothers to implement him, to finish up his Justice League and show us what he did. But don't call it the Snyder Cut. Call it the real Justice League. We should start hashtagging this. The Snyder Cut's good and it's made a name for itself. But I don't want to call it the Snyder Cut. That kind of says it's something, it's an add-on. This isn't an add-on. This is the real Justice League movie. So please, everyone, anyone who watches this video, start hashtagging the real Justice League. Let's make this a thing. Let's see Zack's movie. It's the real Justice League. Let's forget about the Justice League cut and let's do the real Justice League. Let's have that as part of the DCEU so we can forget the mistake that Warner Brothers now know they made. Now we've got this covered as saying that Margot Robbie is no longer a part of Suicide Squad 2. First of all, we've got this covered, haven't got anything covered. Do not believe a dicky bird. It's really quiet on the DCEU front right now. But, in the months ahead, big announcements will be made. This is a massive year for DC film, Shazam and the Joker movie. We'll get the hype to that as we go on within the year. But there's absolutely no way in hell that Warner Brothers are going to allow Margot Robbie to back out. Now, we don't know. She may be offended by James Gunn's tweets and she may not want to work with him. But I'm afraid Hollywood and filmmaking, mainstream filmmaking does not work that way. There are contracts. She will have to do it. Now, I don't know Margot Robbie. I have a lot of respect for her, the way she conducts herself, but I don't know Margot Robbie. But I do not believe for 1 minute she won't be involved with Suicide Squad 2. Now normally when this kind of news comes out, you can gauge if it's true or not because many bloggers and sites are posting it. Well, we've got this covered and the only ones talking about it. So basically, what I would say to you is I wouldn't put much weight behind this. Take it with a pinch of salt. I've got my ears to the ground. I've been asking people that I know about this, and they say it's absolute nonsense. So Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie will absolutely be involved with Suicide Squad 2, but she's got a lot of work to do. She's now working on Birds of Prey right now as we speak. She will be involved with a Harley and a Joker movie. Can't wait. Awesome with Jared Leto. But that's in the future because right now Jared's working on Morbius, as we know, right? So that's in the future. But it wouldn't surprise me if Suicide Squad 2 happens before Harley and the Joker. But it's going to be very interesting, and I can't wait to see James Gunn's take. Whatever you think of James, he's a very clever storyteller. He's a very clever filmmaker. So I don't believe for a minute, and this is true, and if you ever do see an article from We've Got This Covered, I think it's ironic that they call themselves We've Got This Covered because they really do work within rumour and innuendo, and that's no good for the fans. I want us fans to be given accurate information, or at least if you're going to be given this clickbait nonsense, tell them, take it with a pinch of salt. You know, this could be true, this may not be true. Now, at the end of the day, I don't want to listen to crap like this. The only way I'll listen to crap like this if it's true. Now, if Margot Robbie and Warner Brothers come out and says she's not involved, then I'll give my opinion. My opinion will be absolute unbridled rage. She has to be involved. She's so important to the DCEU, both Margot Robbie and the character Harley Quinn. It will be a very hurtful situation for the IP of the DCEU for her not to be involved. But from what I'm hearing, she absolutely is involved. So I wouldn't put much weight behind it. And this is why I did this video, because I think we need to put these things up here. And this is what's going on right now. So we've got this beautiful post from Jason Momoa, and we had this silly, untrue rumour from We've Got This Covered. So interesting stuff. But we go back to this post from Momoa. I do believe the weight behind Zack now, the popularity of the man, even the people who maybe don't like him realise he should be given another chance. But there's always going to be hate throughout the internet. We know that. All those videos about how the DCEU's failed and how to fix the DCEU, I'm afraid you're all singing to an empty crowd because nobody wants to hear it anymore. The DCEU is proven to be more successful when you compare it to the first 6 films of the MCU. So forget about it. We love our little franchise. Justice League was a misstep. People make mistakes. And now we look forward to the future. When you look back at Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman, they are beautiful films, unique, individual films, and I enjoy them all. So I'm looking forward to the future of this franchise, and so should you.